If you have clicked on this video, that means that either you want to play Spider-Man on the new Marvel Rivals game, or you just want to consume every piece of Marvel Rivals media that you can find on YouTube. And whichever of these motives you have clicked on the right video. But first, you actually need to go to play Spider-Man on Marvel Rivals, so let's go do that. So before I actually get into the whole guide thing, I need to warn you that Spider-Man is a 5-star difficult character, which basically means that he is one of the most difficult characters to learn, and he's also a duelist, which, if you don't know what that means, if you ever played Overwatch, this is the equivalent of the DPS role. So yeah, I warned you about that, so let's go into the video, and let's change this whole thing. Wait, you see, this is a lot more better. So let's get on to his abilities. His first ability is Spider Power, which is actually his normal attack. This does 25 damage per hit, and this kinda does a little bit more damage with another ability that we will talk a bit later on. His secondary fire is Web Cluster, which is basically just him webbing up his enemies. This is the most important part of his kit. Now, this doesn't do much damage by itself, it actually just does 30 damage, but it has a big thing that it does to the enemy. You can see that above the enemy's head there is a spider icon, a web icon. What this means is that when an enemy has this, you will do a lot more damage to him. And this is really important because without this thing you will do absolutely no damage. So what I recommend is that you first web up an enemy and then you do the other damage, the important part of his kit, the damage. His first ability is his iconic web swinging, which I don't think I need to talk about what this means and what this does, you just web swing. So I'll just go on to his next ability, which is called Get Over Here, which you might get this as a reference to Scorpion from Mortal Kombat. But what this ability does is if you hit an enemy, the enemy will be brought to you, so you can combo him and kill him more easily like this. But this ability does have a special property, and that is if an enemy is webbed up and you hit this ability on him, you will go to him. Look, here's an example of that. This is really important for Spider-Man combos, and I will talk a bit later about the combo that I like the most. But now let's talk about his ability, the Amazing Combo. What this does is basically just an uppercut, there's nothing much to this. This uppercut does 55 damage if you really want to know, which is kind of important. The next thing is classified as an ability, but it's not really an ability, it's just a double jump. So yeah, I don't think I need to tell you what a double jump is, so a double jump is a double jump. Spider-Man has 2 passives in Marvel Rivals. His first passive is called Spider Sense. What this does, if it gives you a warning that an enemy is around you, behind the wall or something. So yeah, kind of cool, kind of overpowered in my opinion, but it's not really that powerful. And his second passive is Wall Crawling, which, this is wall crawling. Okay, I guess you knew that. Now, what makes Marvel Rivals very unique to his counterpart Overwatch is the team-up abilities, and Spider-Man has 2 of those. Now, before I tell you what Spider-Man's team-up abilities are, I need you to actually tell you what a team-up ability is, because you probably don't know. A team-up ability, as its name suggests, is an ability that you need 2 specific characters to make. Now, in Spider-Man case, these 2 are called Suit Explosion and Extra Web Fluid, and I'll tell you what you need for every single one of these 2 when I will explain them. Suit Explosion is the team-up ability between Venom and Spider-Man, and it gives you this ability. This ability, even though it doesn't seem very impressive, it's very important for a one-shot combo that Spider-Man can do a bit later on. His second team-up ability is with Squirrel Girl. Now, this ability doesn't give Spider-Man anything, but it does give Squirrel Girl a special ability, which I will not mention exactly what it does now because this is not a Squirrel Girl guide. But if you want to have to do this team-up ability, Spider-Man does get a 10% damage boost, which is really good in my opinion. So yeah. But now let's talk a bit about combos, and the most important combo in my opinion for a beginner for Spider-Man. For this combo you will need 3 abilities: the Web Shooter, the Get Over Here, and the Uppercut. Now, what you need to do exactly is to web up an enemy, use the Get Over Here and uppercut him. Now, this will leave the enemy very low, and you can choose if you want to finish him off or just run if you don't have any health left. Now you might be asking, but Spydei, you said this is a one-shot combo. Yes, this is where Venom comes from. If you do the same combo and at the final you do this ability, you will have a big chance to one-shot the enemy, if you did the combo right, of course. Here is an example of that. Now, obviously Spider-Man has a lot more combos, and maybe in the future I will do a video explaining more combos, but this is the most important combo in my opinion. But now let's get on to some gameplay and maybe some tips that I have for you if you want to play Spider-Man. Now, the most important thing to keep in mind is the fact that Spider-Man is a flanker. What this means is that you don't have to fight the enemy team head on, and you need to find a lone character and kill him while, he's off positioned and he has no team around him. That's what Spider-Man is for, a flanker. So in this context, what you need to do is find the most and easiest player to kill in a situation. This can be a sniper, a support that's in the backline, or any DPS that's not with their team. This is my first tip of the day. My second tip is that you need to remember that this is still a team game. You still need to help your team. So even though you might be a flanker, never overextend and be too far in the enemy backline, because your team might need you, or you might need your team and you don't have anything to do alone. Like here, even though I am alone, I need to run because I don't have my team and because they all died because I overextended. And the third tip, and the most important of them all, is that remember, this is for fun, just play the game and have fun. This is just a video to help you learn the character a bit more if you didn't quite understand him. Now, if you want a better guide, I recommend you to visit Necros on YouTube. I will put his channel up in the descriptions. He's the best Spider-Man player ever. So yeah, go check him out if you want a better guide than this. With all of that said, if you've liked this video, please like and subscribe and comment I don't know, who do you want me to make a guide for next. But I do have 2 characters that I will 100% do a guide for this month or in early January, and these 2 characters are, wait for it, Psylocke and Iron Fist. So if you want to see these 2 guides, just subscribe and you will probably get a notification when I post them. But for now, I'm Spydei guys, see you next time, bye bye.